Hello everyone and welcome to Portfolio Review. This is one of our favorite series here in the channel. I particularly love this series because I get to tell you guys how you can improve, how you can make your portfolio even better. We've seen some amazing submissions throughout this what is it, like a year or something? A little bit more than a year that we've been doing this. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Now, before we start, I just want to remind you guys that if you didn't manage to submit your portfolio this time, don't worry, we'll have one more next month. Every single month, we have our portfolio review. Sometimes we have very few submissions. Sometimes we have a lot of submissions. Last month, we had 3 days of portfolio review. I think this time around, we're going to be able to cover everyone today. So let's go with Luna Zimanska. I need to learn like a lot of languages to be able to pronounce your portfolios and your names better. So Luna is a great name, by the way, really, really pretty. So, hello Abraham, really appreciate what you do and love your work. I'm an inspiring games modeler and specialize in stylized assets and have worked on an indie mobile game for 3 years. That's great. Currently, I'm looking to start working in the industry in England, and I applied to many companies but haven't moved on further in application process. So I thought perhaps I could be lacking in my portfolio. I would like to work on more stylized cartoon assets, more in the direction of props, vehicles, or generalists. This is my first time submitting, and my portfolio is on my website. Let's take a look. Handgun chaser, nice. Okay. Cool. First thing, as like right out of the gate, I see that the rendering is lacking quite a bit. We need to improve our rendering, Luna. That's gonna really help you with the way that you're gonna be able to present your work. I also see that things are really low poly. I really like your site. Like it's a fun site. Like this transition right there looks interesting. But I do think we could improve our characters a little bit more. It looks very, very low polish. Some of these things don't look as like they look stylized, which is great, but we can definitely improve our level a little bit more. So I'm gonna give you a really, really great advice. I'm not sure if this course is already available in all of the sites, but if you go to our ArtStation site right here and you go to the store, we just released this one right here. We haven't released the promo, we're still working on that, but this one, Stylized Character Sculpting in ZBrush, is a great tool that I think fits your style. And if you can use the techniques, remember, when you're doing a tutorial, you shouldn't copy just the tutorial. You should use these techniques to create something of your own. But if you use these techniques, you're going to be able to bring your characters to the next level because everything looks really low poly right now. And even though these can be used for certain like mobile games and stuff, we definitely need to increase our artistic skill a little bit more. Let me see if we have more stuff over here. I don't think we have. So this one right here, again, topology-wise, there's a couple things that we need to improve. We're missing some of the animation loops that we normally see on the eyes and on the mouth. I can see that you did a little bit of rigging, which is great. I'm curious about what software you're using. Let me check on your description. Usually that's another thing that's important, that you need to specify what softwares you're using or utilizing. Texturing wise, I also think we could improve, but I think rendering is definitely one of the places where you could gain or win a lot of points. Like this pirate ship, for instance, it's a nice one. It's a nice model. It doesn't look bad, but we definitely could improve the rendering. I have a series or a tutorial called it's this one right here. This one, Cinematic Lighting in Maya, which I think it's really good. If you want to check it out, you can learn a lot about like rendering inside of Maya with Arnold and generate some really, really cool stuff. So I can also tell that most of this stuff is poly model. I'm not seeing a lot of sculpting. So if you want to make use of the bundle right here, the mega bundle, that's also a nice tool for ZBrush. So yeah, that would be it, Luna. I think that would be my like main advice for you. Improve your renders, do a little bit more stylized sculpting, like the tutorial that I show you, and go for a little bit more complexity in your creations. That's definitely gonna open up more opportunities for you. Let's go with Upinderjit Sinch. Upinderjit. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Hi Abraham, hope you're doing great, man. First, love your content. This is Upinder from India, and I have been working in the studio as a lighting TD. Nice. I would love to have your review on some of my old artwork. I'm attaching my portfolio, and I have a quick question. Can we get freelance work just in the lighting department? It's not that common. Like I've never gotten like a specific like lighting thing. They usually hire me for like a wider or a bigger part of the production. But yeah, core things to become a good 3D artist. In your case, you need to master composition. You need to master using light, like cinematography. All that sort of stuff is really, really useful for anyone dedicating himself to lighting. Ooh, this is really good, man. Really good. Yeah, really clean. Again, like right out of the gate, I would probably take out some pieces that are not as important. For instance, like this stairs right here, they look really nice, but they're very simple. And remember, I've mentioned this frequently. If you can do something very like quickly, it's probably not worth it to have at your portfolio. This uniform is really cool. Well, actually, now that I see it, it's not the best. There's a couple of issues here and there on the texturing mainly. I've seen this rig before. I think this is one of the free rigs that you can get online. It's a really good rig. I think this might not be the best piece for your portfolio. The chest piece is great. I like that one. This one's interesting. Here's our 2019 teamwork of 21st International Awards, in which we won gold. Nice. And this is for modeling, texture, lighting, and rendering in many shots. Hope you like it. Oh, okay. So you were matching the shots from the movie. That's really impressive, man. You really nailed it quite a bit. That's really nice. Wow, you nailed the lighting. If you did the lighting, man, congratulations. You nailed it perfectly. The animation, of course, can be improved. I'm not sure if you did the animation, but I mean, like this is a studio animation compared to a competition, so I can understand it. But yeah, like lighting wise, congratulations, man. You perfectly nailed it. So one thing that I've seen people do about lighting is they would ask their friends. I'm not sure if you did this. No, you download this. So yeah, exactly this. You can download models or ask some friends to like give you their models or share their models with you and recreate like interesting cinematic shots for it. Like this one's really cool. Really cool. I love this one. So what I'm seeing here, you might need more of like this sort of stuff. Like if you grab this ambient right here and you do like 3 or 4 different light like setups or light scenarios, that's a really easy way to showcase how good you understand light and how you can implement that in a production pipeline. I would do a couple more exterior scenes. Again, if you're gonna go for lighting, you don't need to actually do the scenes. You can get them from someone you know or from the internet, and then you render them in interesting ways. This one, really cool. I love the composition of this one. Definitely your specific set of skills is a little bit more, what's the word? Well, specific, like there's not going to be as many positions out there, but you do have a nice advantage here because you have a really good eye for composition and for light. So I think you can get something really cool. So yeah, man, just keep pushing because you got some great stuff right there. Let's go now with Ryan. Ryan Del Morrow. Hi, Abraham. Hope you had a good day. My name is Ryan. I'm a fresh graduate in animation and game design, and I want to be an environment or hard surface artist. This is my first time submitting my portfolio for review. I hope you can give me some tips. Of course, my friend. Let's see. Philippines. Nice. So you want to be hard surface and environment. Great. The White House. Nice. Oh, okay. The poster is really nice, but now that I see it, there's a couple of errors on the textures. You can see the textures stretching right here. You can see some stains that are not like lining up perfectly. The scale is also a little bit off. And this is where it really hurts, my friend. I want to help you, and I don't want to be mean about this, but this is not looking great. The size of the texture on the floor is not great. The models are very low polish. The light is very simple. I can see that you're using Unity for the render. I do believe Unity nowadays has some sort of like global illumination thing. You definitely want to use that or use baked lighting because otherwise you're not going to be getting some realistic results. Careful with your mapping. Your UV mapping, for instance, here on the door needs to improve quite a bit so that you have a nicer effect. Yeah, this I would probably take it out for now from your portfolio because I do commend you for finishing like a full environment, which is not easy, but the shading and the rendering is not going to help you as much, okay? So, I'm not sure how old this one is. Last year. Okay, yeah. So now I do remember that you mentioned you're a student right now, so you're going to get better, but for now, I think I would keep it out. See, like some of these models are not that bad, especially for a student. Like this one's really good. This one's okay. This one's better. This one's good. The bump mapping is a little bit too much, but it's okay. So you have some good models, but then on the other scene, you have some models that are not great. Like here, you can see the faceting on the object. Like nowadays, we don't work with this like low poly versions of objects anymore. Like we can really push polygonal count quite higher. And I would definitely recommend you do that as well. But then we go to this one, and at the first sight, it looks really good. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan as well, so I appreciate this. Careful with the texture stretching. It's better to clip or crop the image than have this like texture stretching, like what you did here. You did it right on this side right here, but not over there. The model is really nicely optimized. Oh, this like Akuma one right there is perfect. The Rio one, yeah. So this is a good model. This is a good piece for your portfolio. You need to go back to all of the pieces from the White House and get to the same level. If you don't have the time to do that, just take this out because it's not gonna help you, okay? And this espresso machine, I can see the improvement. So this is good because I can see how you started like last year, and this one right here is from like what, like a month ago, 3 weeks ago, yeah. So I can definitely see the improvement, and that's great because it shows that you're learning. But you don't want to keep your all of your old stuff right here. So since you already have this too, probably take this two out, or just grab some of the assets that you really like, do another pass on the textures so that they look better, and then present them in a really nice way like what you did with this one right here. This is a great asset. I would love to see a wireframe. There we go. We have the wireframe. The bakes are looking quite nice. So yeah, this is what I would be looking for if I was gonna hire you for like asset creation for a pipeline. Now, one thing I'm seeing, my friend, is that you're missing ZBrush, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a commercial here, but if you guys want to learn ZBrush, these are the final days to get the Super ZBrush bundle, which is a must-have for any artist. So here you go. Hey guys, I am super happy to announce that we have a great package for all of you. I know a lot of people want to learn about ZBrush, they want to begin their ZBrush career, and this is the best deal you can get. For the next 5 days until March 11, we're gonna have this bundle available through ArtStation. 17 of our best-selling courses at an amazing price. We have things like Introduction to ZBrush, Character Likeness, Hard Surface Sculpting, Creature Creation, 3D Printing, and much more. Our best 17 courses are gonna be available at an 80% discount for only $35. The price originally is $180, but we're gonna lower all that all the way down to $35. $35 for 17 courses, and you guys are gonna get the best possible teaching that you can for ZBrush. This bundle will only be available until March 11th, so for the next 5 days only, and it's only gonna be available through ArtStation. So make sure to check the link down here and become a great 3D artist in no time. There we go. So yeah, guys, if you want to be a 3D artist, you need ZBrush, and that bundle right there, you can see the reviews and the descriptions. It's really good. Not only my courses, but there's a lot of really pro artists there as well there, like showing their tips and their tricks. So Ryan, make sure to check that one out. Make sure to get rid of that little mansion right there that's not really helping you, and keep doing things like the last two pieces, which were great. Let's now go with Sajani Banerjee. Sajani, you forgot to upload your stuff, my friend. It's not here. I'm gonna give you one opportunity, Sajani. If you upload your stuff, or if you send me an email to criticalhitacademy@gmail.com with your link on the next live stream, which is going to be this Monday, I'll go over your stuff, okay? Because you did submit, but something happened here. Maybe someone erased it, which is would be a shame, but since the folder is shared, it might be a possibility that someone erased it by mistake, or you just forgot to upload it. Make sure to submit it, okay, my friend? Let's go now with Henry Rooks. Hey Abraham, thank you for your amazing 3D design tutorials, and next to it, your advanced ZBrush character course on Udemy has been incredibly helpful in improving my skills with 3D character art. I plan on incorporating what I've learned from your course into my next project as a 3D character artist. That's great, man. I hope you... I've had a lot of fun with that course. It's I think it's one of my best courses as well. My goal is to get a game art job making characters or props items after I finish Mako Girl. I'm going to pivot more to Dark Souls style characters, because I think I'll enjoy it more than the realism or stylized work. Let's take a look. Love the little box there, man. That's so fun. I have a sweet spot for like cute characters like those. It's so good, man. So good. Oh my god. Dude, this is great. A little bit of overlap there that could be fixed by scaling the box up a little bit more, but this is so cool. I've never seen a character like this, and this is what I love about 3D. Like, people can do so many different things. Like, see, this is what I mean when I tell everyone that, like, there's so many options in the 3D world. You can have an amazing game with just a character like this. And I know from a technical standpoint, it not might be the most technically demanding because there's no anatomy and stuff, but it doesn't matter because it's so cute and it's so whimsical. It's just perfect. So yeah, congratulations on that one, man. Let's take a look at this real quick. This was 5 months ago, okay? So Maya zbrush substance, that's a good one. Gonna fast forward. I like that one, that's nice. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So here's where we start having some feedback. The armor needs to improve. You are having this very thin armor, which I know that's the way they are in the real world, but in games they might not be as well. The hands look a little bit weak, like just like little thin sausages. I think we need to improve those. The proportions on the sword also look a little bit thin for my taste. So this is, I don't think it's as strong. I love this dude. I love him. I wanna have a game with this guy, man. It's so good. Okay, Mako girl. This is the one that you were mentioning. Yeah, we need to improve our anatomy, man. We definitely need to improve our anatomy because even though we're working with stylized stuff, like the arm anatomy, you can see here, it's pretty much just a cylinder. We need to add a little bit of volume to the deltoid, a little bit of volume to the bicep, to all of the muscles from the wrist. Like there's some stuff that we need to improve here. Okay, topology is perfect. This asset right there is great. Topology for the asset is great. That's fun. That's a fun one. Yeah, it's not bad. Again, a little bit stylized, but that's great. I can see that you have this very interesting, like, stylized effect. This is really good. Minerva. Ooh. Yeah, this one's better, man. You did a greater, like a better job on this one, I think. Looks way better. I would push the silhouette of this armor a little bit more. I was showing the concept piece that I'm working on for the next course, and I actually asked S Fox, who is the designer, to push the silhouette because otherwise you get a very like soft, boring silhouette, if you wish, and then you have some really cool shapes like on the top part, like all this like silhouettes right here. They look really good. So we can push that on other parts of the character. What's this? Black Magic? Did you do the camera? Ooh, that's great, man. That's a great subdivision model right there. And the render looks really realistic. That's a good piece. So yeah, I definitely see some really good characters. Like the robot is really good. But then I see some characters that definitely need a little bit more work, like this girl right here and the knight that you showed on the portfolio. So I would probably take this guys out for now. You can keep the props, like that prop is really good. Like the gun. If you textured the gun, I think that would be a nice portfolio piece, but we definitely need to improve on the anatomy. So yeah, I can see, because it's weird. You mentioned on the message right here that you want to go into more like Dark Souls style because you're gonna enjoy it a little bit more. Dark Souls is very realistic, and I can see that you have a really good understanding of like the stylized whimsical stuff like this guys right here. Again, I would recommend the new course that I showed earlier about the stylized character creation as well, because I think you could benefit from that. And if you apply that information to this Mako girl right here, I think you can get a stronger piece. But yeah, keep pushing, man. Again, I love the robot. I just love it. It's it's so fun. So fun. Let's go now with there was Henry. Let's go with Simone Lochting. Hi from Norway. Hello, my friend. Dude, okay, I'm gonna take a quick like parenthesis here, like tangent. Several years ago, I think it was 2014, like almost 10 years ago, I participated in a Reddit Secret Santa thing, and I got matched with someone from Norway, and they sent me the most delicious thing I've ever tasted, and I haven't been able to taste it ever since, which is, I think it's called getorscht or getorscht. It's like a cheese, like a candy cheese made from goat milk, I think. Please let me know where I can find that thing or what the name of that thing is, because it's been 10 years and I haven't forgotten the taste of that thing with like a toasted bread. It was just so delicious. I want to find it and taste it again because it was just like one of the tastiest things I've ever had. Sorry about that. So, I'm a grad student with soon a bachelor's degree in interactive media games, and I'm putting myself out there for a job. I'm aiming for a job related to making 3D assets and doing 3D environments. Thank you in advance for the portfolio review. Also, if I have a portfolio on the extra website for our session, should I send that instead of a recruiter? It's fine. Like either those are fine. Like recruiters know that like it's fine. It's the same thing, to be honest. Like I don't care, and most people don't care. It shows that you are willing to like spend a little bit of extra money to get your own sort of like site, but it's fine. Okay, the Plunder of Dreams. This one's really good, man. I really like this one. It seems like you did the concept. That's nice, man. If you did the concept and then the model, it's really good, and the render looks quite nice as well. Like I really like this one. I think this is a strong piece. So keep that one. Some of the other ones look a little bit simple again, and it's very important. I've mentioned this before. If you can do something in a very like quick amount of time, it might not be the best for your portfolio. This one, I think it's a good concept. It's a fun concept, but I think the execution is lacking a little bit. I would recommend going over ZBrush a little bit more. I know it says right here, it was your introduction to ZBrush. Usually the first projects that you do for a software are not going to be like portfolio worthy. So now that you have more skills, because I can see that you have like a more knowledge nowadays, go back and fix this, right? Like, or redo it, do proper textures, do proper renders, and get a better result out of this, because otherwise this like old artwork is not going to be the best option. The Irie Egg. This one's also really good. I think the render could improve a little bit. It's a little bit too dark, so I can't see all of the details. And remember, for game assets, it's very important to showcase wireframe renders, the maps and stuff, so that people can see that you're optimizing things. This is a good one. It's not a bad render, but it's a simple one. Again, this is something that anyone could do in like 2 or 3 hours, maybe, depending on how fast you are. So I would probably either add more of them, like more traps, like a collection of traps, like let's say 10 different types of traps as a little like asset collection, or just take it out, because it's very, very simple. This one, I think also is a little bit weak. I think the models are very simple. I would probably take them out. This one I like, but I also think that we can improve the design a little bit more, because the forms look a little bit like choppy or wonky. So we definitely need to tighten up the anatomy a little bit more, and present it in a better light. I also think you could benefit quite a bit from the rendering course. Rendering is one of those like things that unfortunately is not taught as much in schools. They teach you a lot about like modeling and texturing and stuff, but they often forget about like rendering and cinematic looks, and that's definitely something that really pushes your 3D to the next level. So if you can take some of the, like I even have a marmoset. I can see you're doing some sort of like Sketchfab thing here. I have a marmoset course as well, and these are not bad models. Like I could definitely see these guys in like mobile games and stuff. These are fine, but they need to be presented in a better light, in a better render. So yeah, again, take out the ones that are too simple. This one is really cool because of the art style, like the shaders. That's really fun. I would probably keep this one, to be honest, because it's very unique. But take out some of the ones that you feel like are not as strong. I would say, like, if I had to tell you, like, keep this one, keep the ink one, keep this carry edge and this guy right here. The other ones, like, be very honest with yourself and ask yourself, do I really need this in my portfolio? Is it really impressive? Does it really set me apart from everyone else? And if the answer is no, then yeah, it's probably better to have it somewhere else, on a different social media, but not on your portfolio. So yeah, that's it, man. Great stuff. Keep working, and also try to do. I would suggest you do more like whimsical characters, but a little bit more complex. I've always recommend this, like Matt Dixon. I'm not saying do one from Matt Dixon, but he has this very like interesting like a robot dudes. And if you do your stuff, or if you try to create or design your own character with the style that you have, and add a little bit more complexity, and again present it in a more cinematic look, I think that's also going to help you with your portfolio. So that was Simone. Let's now go with Bunty. Bunty. Hey Abraham, I'm following your videos from a very long time. Let me know in the comments if you remember what my first video on the channel was. I'm just kidding. If you want to do it, go for it. But yeah, I've been doing this. It's gonna be. It's gonna be like what, 3 years or 2 years? I think it's 2 years. I think we're gonna have 2 years in the next couple of months. But I've been doing tutorials for like 4 or 5 years. So if you can check and help me with your tips, that would be really helpful. And thanks for sharing amazing content on YouTube and in your courses. Learn a lot from that. I'm glad you learned, my friend. That's my goal. Bunty, designer from India. Okay, so again, first thing I see, there's a couple of simple models that I'll probably not have on my own portfolio because they're very simple, like this house right here. Like this is a very, very simple, low poly house, and it's just a model. This is not, I would say this is not worthy of a portfolio slot. It's not a bad model, but if you can texture it and render it, that would be a way even better model. Careful with this animations and this abstract shapes and stuff. Again, if it's something that you can do very easily, if it's something that you can do in like 2 or 3 hours, which this kind of looks like it, then it might not be the best option to have on your portfolio. This one I really like. I think this one looks a little bit better, and I can see that you are using an HDRI, but we definitely need to improve our textures, okay? You can get some paper textures for the boat. You can get a really nice cork texture for this one. 4K, go for a 4K texture or a 2K texture, because right now we can see the pixelation here. I'm not sure where you're rendering this. It's a Blender. Okay, if you're using Blender, that's fine. Blender is a super powerful software, but learn how to use the cycles, because for a glass especially, cycles is gonna give you some really, really good refractions. Actually, I'm gonna give you a homework, Bunty, and if you want, we can do this together. Send me this file, okay? Send me this file if you have it with you, and I'll show you how in like a matter of 1 hour we can improve this and make it look like way, way, way better, okay? Because it's a really good model. I like the composition, I like the camera, but we need to improve the shaders and the textures, okay? The render, again, it's the render, guys. The render is the weak point, but it's what's gonna like it's what's really gonna separate you from everyone else. Now, I can see you're doing a lot of like simple models or isolated models. It's time that we start working on some more like a scene, like a complete scene. I'm gonna show you something here real quick. So for instance, if we look props, concept art, you're gonna find certain props that could work really well in a small scene. Like there's always this like mage table or something. Let me see if I can find it over here. Like this one, okay? Like this is a sci-fi prop that is really good. It's definitely challenging. It's not something that you could do in a day. It's definitely going to take you at least a week. Like it's really, really complex. There's a lot of pieces. You're going to have multiple materials, multiple objects, but if you can show that you can do something like this, it shows that you understand how things work together with each other, right? Or something like this. Small little like a mage alchemy table or something. Again, it's a complex thing. If you want to go even more complex, something like this, something like this, this is the stuff that people do when they want to go into AAA games, like a really, really, really complex scene with a lot of assets, so that you can show that you know how to translate a concept, how to translate a scene, and get this. Because imagine if I'm like an indie student, I'm looking for an environment artist, that this would be the least I would expect from an environment artist. That I can go to them and be like, hey, this is gonna be the room where the main like cinematic thing is gonna go. I need all the room, so do it. You have 1 month to finish this. So if you can't do the whole modeling, texturing, lighting in 1 month for this thing, you need to improve your skills, because there are people out there that can, and those are the people that are getting hired, okay? So all of this are perfect examples and perfect exercises that we can do. Again, if you need help, send me this scene if you have it with you, and if not, I'm actually gonna save this one right here, and well, that's a sneak peek. You guys weren't supposed to see that yet. So those are some of the other uniforms that we're going to be having for the character. So I'm going to save this on the desktop, and maybe I'll do this from scratch. If you can't find the scene, I'll do it from scratch, and I'll show you how this composition can be converted into something that can be in your portfolio, okay? So that's Bunty right there. Now let's go with Michael Aldrius. Oh, that's a great last name, Aldrius. That looks really, it sounds really cool. Hi Abraham, hope you're doing well. I'm Michael, a self-taught junior 3D artist from Indonesia. At first, I'm focusing work on my hard surface and environment skill, but right now I'm planning to improve my character sculpting skill. Been following your ZBrush course for a couple of months right now, and I'm very happy with that. One question, what aspect I should have and practice before I'm ready to work as a character artist? Thank you. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Oh, that's not bad, man. I know this one. This is the cheetah skull from my introduction to ZBrush. There you go. See, this is what I mean when I tell you guys to use tutorials to create pieces that are going to be for your portfolio. Michael here took the very first exercise, which is supposed to be the introduction exercise, and created a piece so different from my own sculpture that it makes for a very important or very, very impressive portfolio piece. This is great. This is what I mean by take what you learn from a tutorial and transform it in a way that you can present it in a nicer effect. Now, these two are breaking that rule. You should do something similar. You should improve these ones, like use what I did with this character and with the Minotaur, do your own Minotaur, your own stuff, and then present it in a nice way. This is actually a little bit better, this Minotaur, I think, but the alien, it just looks like a copy of the one that I did, and it's better if you take that information and do your own. I think I've seen this before. Have you submitted before? Because I remember this One Piece model. This is a great One Piece model, by the way. I really like it. A wireframe would be great, and maybe just pushing the light a little bit higher because it's a little bit underexposed. That's gonna make it even better. This one is really impressive, man. Did you do everything? 2 weeks. All assets made by using Blender, character creators, and do some composition on ZBrush. Nice, man. Did you use like geometry notes and stuff? Because this is really impressive. Ah, very smart. You did modular. You created all the modular assets and then you combine them. Now, what I'm a little bit like curious about is whether or not all of the textures that we're seeing here were, did you painted all of the textures or not? Because I'm just seeing the models. I'm not seeing textures, and I'm curious whether you use just like procedural materials. Regardless, it looks really good, man. Like this is a great piece. Great piece. The rendering looks really nice as well. This is really nice as well. Sporty outfit. Marvelous designer. Yeah, Marvelous is quite required. If you're going to be doing a lot of realistic characters, Marvelous can be quite required. And you did a good job on this ones. I like them. Congratulations. This one's pretty cool as well. Yeah, nice render. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned you want to be a character artist. So one of the things that you definitely need to practice is anatomy. You need to do some anatomy studies, and that's gonna really like bring you to the next level. Because you already have a really good understanding of like lighting, of textures, some of Marvel designers. So you need to do anatomy. Anatomy for characters would be my suggestion. But keep it up, man. I mean, for being self-taught, this is quite impressive. So congratulations. And last but not least, we're gonna finish up with oh, this is a difficult name. Snehadep, maybe? Hello, Abraham. My name is Snehadep Paul. I'm from India, and I'm following your channel almost 1 year. I love to hear your feedback on my portfolio, and I love your contest challenges. I did not participate in the recent contest because of my college and personal work, but waiting for the next challenge. Yeah, we'll have one in the next coming months. Let's see. Okay, first impression is really good, man. I always love to see these environments right here. First thing, like the one thing that you can do for this environment, and it's immediately going to make it better, add fog. Add just a little bit of volumetric fog or atmospheric fog, because right now it looks very CG. And it looks very CG because we don't have any fog. And there's always a little bit of atmospheric fog. So everything else looks really nice. Like this is great. The optimization looks quite nice as well. The texturing looks really nice. This is like the reflection pass, right? Yeah, this is great, man. Yeah, just a little bit of fog and a little bit of post-production to make this look a little bit more cinematic, because right now we do see like a light source over here, but we can play around with some like lamps, like turning on or off some windows, having some light, stuff like that to make this a little bit more interesting. But this is a great one. I really like that one, man. Congratulations. And let's see. Oh, wait. There we go. Character-wise, we need to improve our anatomy a little bit more. The anatomy looks a little bit overinflated. Textures also need a little bit more work. Skeletor is a great character. I think retopology is fine, a little bit dense, but it's anatomy. We need to improve the anatomy a little bit more. The shading and the rendering looks okay, but we need a better work on the anatomy. This one's really good. I like it. Careful with the metal edgeware. We've mentioned this before. It's everywhere. We need to clean it up a little bit. You should have a little bit more variation. The colors are a little bit saturated for my taste, but I understand that this could be a stylistic choice. I can see they're a little bit more desaturated than this one. The model looks great, so that's good. You're not using subdiv. You're going for games, I think, because you're not using a lot of like geometry in certain areas, which is a little bit weird. Usually when you have like this dense geometry over here, you will expect to have all of the elements be as dense as well. Doesn't mean you have to, but it's usually the way to go, especially if you're using this for film. But this is a fun model. Okay, and I definitely want to go to these new ones because these are really impressive. Okay, it'll tone the noise down a little bit on this one because it's too overwhelming. And yeah, the filters, they're sometimes good, but they tend to muddy the scene and you can't really see things properly. This is great. I love this one. Just again, careful with the metal edge where it's everywhere. It should be everywhere. That's great. Yeah, this is really good, man. Really professional. Again, just careful on the texturing. The render looks amazing, but just careful on the texturing. And then this one, man. Really surprised with this one. It's really cool. The mouse is really nice. You even did. Careful with the anatomy on the hands. Everything else looks really nice, man. Nice. I love these things. I've been showing people how to do the shots on the new courses because it's important. It really shows your process. Can you tell me in the comments what plugin did you use for the webs? I've been trying to look for some answers. Someone asked about this. If you can tell me what you use for the like cobwebs, that would be great. But yeah, this is good, man. I love this one. Again, the mouse could improve a little bit better, especially if you're gonna do this sort of shots. We definitely need to see a little bit more detail and cleanliness on the details of the anatomy and on the body. But it looks very very cool. Did you mention what you want to do here? No, not really, right? Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna go be a little bit nosy here because you have more pieces. Careful with that separation because when you click 3D modeling, I don't see all the stuff, and you have some cool stuff like this weapon right here, this grasshopper right here. That's really cool. So this one right here. So be careful on how you separate your stuff. This one definitely needs more work. I know you didn't show it, and maybe you didn't want feedback for this one, but I would probably take this one out, just because it's not as strong. This one's a little bit better. It did improve a little bit more. Still, proportions are a little bit on the uncanny valley. Her face looks a little bit too big for her, for the size of her head. So I will probably take this one out as well. If you want to become a character artist, you definitely need to go over anatomy a little bit more. Again, got the courses over there. The ZBrush Mega Bundle is available, and there's a lot of anatomy information in that one. So that could be a way to improve. But you have some really cool texturing. And again, this one, man, I think this is your like masterpiece or one of your masterpieces. Just add the fog to make it or to give it more depth. And if you can add like a horse or like a carriage or some cars or something here on the street, that would be pretty cool as well. Now, also, if you're using Maya, try to add displacement to the ground. That's gonna make it look a little bit less fake, and it's gonna give you a really really nice detail. But other than that, man, congratulations. Oh my god. Congratulations, you have a really really strong portfolio. So yeah, keep going. And I think that's it, my friends. Remember, next month on the April, we're gonna have another portfolio review. So if you want to participate, the link is gonna be available at the end of this video. So down here in the link, you should have a new one. It's gonna say next to submissions April, and you can submit, and I'll be happy to give you my feedback and my tips and tricks that you might use to improve your stuff and get the job of your dreams. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to support the channel, make sure to check the ZBrush Mega Bundle. Make sure to leave a like, share, a little notification icon. Like, all of the ways you can interact with the channel are really helpful for us. We want to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think we're on the road to get there. So hopefully you guys can help us to achieve that goal. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you back on Monday for our live stream. It's gonna be 9:30 a.m. Mexico time, 9 p.m. India time. So make sure to, again, hit the little bell icon so you get the notification when we go live. And that's pretty much it, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back on the next one. Bye-bye.